We've got 3 commissioners that we will be saying goodbye to, but we sure won't forget them. Let's do this procedurally, right? I guess we need a motion to go back into open session. Is there a motion? Second. A motion by Vice Chair Stanley, a second by Commissioner Peterson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. That's good. 5-0, we're back in open session. We have 3 of the finest public servants we're going to honor tonight. We're going to start off with a gentleman that has been the director of America's favorite community college, has been a promoter, has been a wonderful commissioner who understands all the aspects of buildings and some of the budget. He's teaching me things I'm ashamed to say how long I've been on the commission. Commissioner Ray Bailey was telling me things I didn't know about.
He's talking to me.
We're thrilled to have him. It's been a great 4 years. What we're going to do is we have something to give Commissioner Bailey and Commissioner Peterson and Stanley. But I'm going to ask if anybody wants to get up and speak first before I ask maybe Commissioner Bailey to say some final words. Anybody want to say a few words before we get started? Then I'm going to make a presentation to them. And I would ask the other commissioners maybe come up behind here. So, close enough? No? Can't hear me? How about that? Oh boy, yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do our presentation. Stacy, what's behind the counter here? Linda, let me get the Commissioner Bailey's family up here. This is inscribed to Commissioner Ray Bailey, County Commission 2008 2012. And I can't think of anyone that deserves this more. Come on up there, family. Ray, why don't you introduce your family and let me present this? We have to do this live.
Thank you, David. Of course, you know, I feel like with the other commissioners who are leaving as well, especially Bill's 24 years, my 4 was just a sort of a drop in the bucket. But I certainly enjoyed the 4 years that I've had. I was in the chambers a while ago. I was talking about some of the good things that happened over these past 4 years, especially economic development, which I was fortunate enough to be on the EDC and be the chamber's rep to continue on that. I think over the last 4 years, what I looked at was we created about 2,700 jobs, about $700 million in investment in the community, and we got to serve on the TDA board for 4 years, and they have a product development fund that is really doing a lot of great things for people in this community. And of course, I'll have to tell you that one thing that I'm really proud of is, and anybody in law enforcement or man, you know where I'm coming from. We worked, I think, probably for about 15 years trying to find a way to get a public service training center for this county. Our people were having to drive to Gaston County and Mecklenburg County. It all started when I was at AV Tech, and we tried to find the right place to put it. Well, we didn't have enough land, and so finally, as command, with all the other commissioners, we were able to develop what I think is probably the finest public service training center in North Carolina, and maybe in the Southeast, according to some of the architects. And it's going to help all of the people who serve us in this county on a daily basis. And as Bill will tell you, probably one of the great things too is that he told me when I started running, no tax increase. He didn't say it exactly like that. He used a little stronger language. And we were able to do that over those 4 years. And I think the people in the community appreciate that. So I've enjoyed my time as commissioner. I've got my two daughters, Krista and Elizabeth, wife Glenda, who have been very supportive of everything that I've done. I'm nearing my 50th year in public service, and so I'm trying to find ways to kind of ease out, do a few things, and then give us a chance to go to the beach house more often. But thank you all. I thank the staff, Wanda, Mandy, and John, and all the other staff people for the county. You've all just been absolutely fantastic to work with, and I appreciate that. Made it a whole lot easier for me and for the other commissioners with the good work that you've done. So thank everybody. Thank you very much, and I'll be in the community. Thank you.
And the sculpture was made in Black Mountain by Harry and Don Herrick. The next individual I'd like to recognize on behalf of the community is Carol Peterson. Carol's been an educator. She's been a leader in every sense of the word. She has moved our commission on issues concerning farming, on economic development. Everything we've done has got our fingerprints on it. And we would be nowhere near the level of competence and the level of achievement if Carol Peterson hadn't given us 8 years of her life, giving everything she had. Carol, we're mighty proud of you. We also have for you. Don't want to slip up here, Bruce. Come on up here. We have another sculpture from the Herrick Black Mountain Studio. Carol Peterson, County Commission, 2004-2012. And this doesn't do justice for everything she's done for us, but it's a small token of the community's appreciation for the endless hours you've given us and all the time, energy, and commitment you've given people in Buncombe County. Thank you, Carol.
These words will be short and sweet. First of all, let me say that Ray Bailey just said he was just a little drop in the bucket. That man was a splash when he came on the commission. No question about that. He made a splash in the bucket. Let me say just a word or two about Bill Stanley, because I want to have a chance to do that since he's the next one to be honored. But this man is, Bruce and Bill and Jane and I go back 250 years at least. We all taught together at Asheville High within the Asheville City School System, and this is a great man. And this community has been, this community is better because Bill Stanley has been at the helm of this commission for 24 years. Trust me, I know as an educator, and I know as a person who's been involved in community work and working with Buncombe County, that this is an icon. So we are so fortunate that he has honored Buncombe County with his presence. Just very quickly, let me say, as I said in the commission chamber, we all have our family, but I've said that Buncombe County citizens are really my family. I truly feel that way. I believe that our commission has worked hard, and I have tried to work to see that the core services were delivered to every citizen of Buncombe County, whatever their level of need. And I think we've done that under Wanda's direction, Mandy's direction, and John Creighton's direction, in addition to all the fine county staff. Anyone who is listening in TV land or BCTV land, I want you to know that you have the best staff, the absolute national model staff in Buncombe County. So please know how fortunate you are as Buncombe County citizens. We have a national model in so many things that we do, and if I start to list the things that we have had our fingerprints on as commissioners these last few years, you would be astounded at all the things that I would say. This is a national model. what Mandy's done in Health and Human Services. This is a national model, what Van has led with within the Sheriff's Department. These are national models. The fact that we have a AAA bond rating in this economic climate. And I could go on and on and on. This commission has worked hard to make sure that we have the education, the workforce development, the economic development, the caring for our citizens more than any group of people that could be assembled. Please know how much we care for the citizens of Buncombe County. That's what we get up every day and hope that we have some bearing on. It has been a highlight of my life. I always say that we have worked, and let me say, I say we because this man right here, if I'm there, he's right there beside me, and that's the only way it will work, is that you have a partner in this, and this man is my partner, my husband Bruce. But thank you, everyone. It has been my sheer joy and pleasure to have anything to do with county government. Anything to do, because I'm a proud person, a proud Buncombe County native, and it has truly been my pleasure to be a small part, just a small part of what's happening in this county.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for everything you've done. The next honoree is our Vice Chair, Bill Stanley. It's going to get a lot better. Bill has been, you hear a lot. You build on the people that come before you. You stand on their shoulders and try to just improve what they do. I'll tell you a few things, and I'm going to ask the people to come up. Then we've got a special presentation for Bill after 24 years. Let me do this first, though. I want to recognize the people, and I'm going to ask, I want to recognize the elected officials real quickly here. We've got three or four of our Commissioner-elects, Joe Belcher, David King, we've got Mike Fryer, of course Commissioner Jones is here, we've got Sheriff Van Duncan, we have John Mitchell from the Senator Burr's office, we have the recognized president of the State Association, Howard Hunter, who's come 6.5 hours to say something about our honoree. We have Steve Sizemore, the school board, and all the department heads, or all the county employees who have come here to honor these commissioners. Raise your hand, and let's give them a big hand. The last word. So I'm going to recognize President Howard Hunter III. He's come here from Hertford County. Let's give a West North.
Ray Bear, Harold Hughes, and past President Bill Stanley. It takes a different kind of person to serve in politics. I just want to thank each of you for serving the citizens of Buncombe County and the citizens all across the state. I was elected in 2004, and I met Commissioner Bill Stanley at a neighborhood conference in Washington, D.C. I was introduced to him by another past president and a very close friend of his, DuPont Davis. Those were the good old days, right, Bill?
Right.
Bill became a good friend of mine. 4 years ago, I asked Bill, or rather I told Bill, I was going to run for second vice president for the State Association of County Commissioners. And I asked Bill, would you please make my nominating speech? He said he would. Never happened. Maybe he wondered if his initials stood for Bill Stanley or something else. I guess you know what BS is, right? Bill was smarter than that. Once no one announced, or should I say, had a chance to announce from the floor, Bill closed the floor. So I won by acclamation. He was smarter than I was. Every year, Bill was the man who closed the floor until I became automatic taking the president for the State Association of County Commissioners. Bill, I did not come here representing the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners, Lisa did. I came here because I call you a friend. We need more people like you all that run the state. We're losing 24 years just for Bill. That's why I chose mentoring as one of my reasons for my initiative this year. 24 years is a lot of experience to lose. We need more people like you guys to help mentor those younger commissioners, those inexperienced commissioners. I'm gonna ask Lisa right now if she will come up and present Commissioner Stanley with a gift from the association. Bill, if you will, please.
Thank you, President. I am here on behalf of the association, but on behalf of myself as well.
Good.
And I'm glad to call you my friend as well, and I know Peterson, thank you. The association is better for your involvement and your leadership. So on behalf of the association, I am proud to receive this small token of your service on our board of directors.
Thank you. Thank you, Donald. Thank you so much.
This is not from the association, this is from me. In the morning, if you need something to wash your mouth with all the BS that you've told over the years. For breakfast. I got a ticket for dinner for you and your wife. If your wife doesn't know you, you can go to the glass and we can drink our water.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, got a little more business.
Let me get out of the way.
Yes, sir. You stay put. We're still in session right now. I want to recognize Councilman Jan Davis for being here. Thank you for coming. Representative Nathan, former Chairman Nathan Ramsey is here. Thank you. Former County Manager Bill McElrath is here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time out to honor this man, because he's meant a lot to all of us. Now, before we get going, I'd like to finish up our business, and I would ask that the commissioners that are here to consider a motion to name the building that we're standing on the William H. Stanley Center.
We name this building the William H. Stanley Center.
Second by Commissioner Bailey. Is there any discussion? If not, all the commissioners in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. This building is herefore known as the William H. Stanley Center. And Bill, I'd like to, while your family's coming up, I'll just say this. I have never had more fun with anybody, and I've never felt like I was with a rock star more than I am when I'm with Bill Stanley. When Bill Stanley started off here, we were in the Dirty Dozen. He had some of the worst schools. Bill Stanley fought for the schools. He said, look, I know what it takes. I'm going to do something about this. Our employees, some of our law enforcement, sheriff, were on welfare. And we were ashamed of that. Bill Stanley said, I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to make sure that everybody that works for Buncombe County gets paid right. We had to decide a landfill. Bill Stanley said, I'm going to do this. I don't like this part of the job. He thought zoning was that. He said this was worse than zoning. But he did a landfill. He did the right thing. Every good thing that's happened in Buncombe County is because Bill Stanley pushed it, prodded it, made it happen. These things don't happen without strong leadership, and Bill Stanley has been the strongest leader we've had on our board, and we cannot replace him. I want to hear a few words from Bill, and anybody else has. Let's see if anybody else, first of all, anybody else want to say a few words about Brother Stanley to Bill? Come on up, Kelvin. And then we're going to hear from Bill, and I've got one last thing to show you as we close up here. Here's our second county manager in the history of Buncombe County. Bill, come in and tell us a little bit about it.
I can't tell everything I know about this. I really think it would have been better had we named this building James Stanley. It's 24 years. I mean, just think how many years she's been with you. We just had 24 years of it. I always wondered why he kept getting voted into the position. And then I found out from a lady, a mother, who said that when I was a kid, my mother was trying to figure out who to vote for. And I said, that's Santa Claus. And from then on, it just moved, and every kid said, vote for Santa Claus, vote for Santa Claus. So you know how it's important in that particular process. I first met Bill Stanley in a football game. Western Carolina was playing a place called Appalachian.
Great university.
Yeah. And he was a halfback. And he ran a play right at me, and I tackled him in the backfield for a loss. But when I got up, I found out he'd gained 4 yards. Have you ever tried to tackle a bowling ball? I mean, this was something else. He was quite an athlete, and I've been fortunate enough to work with him as one of his assistant coaches. I coached against him. I principled against him. And everything else. But I must say that everything that has happened in the county has been a lot to his advantage, to his reasoning and his thinking. And he always would find out everything he possibly could in order to make it his decision to be appropriate. And that was wonderful. He thought of the people. He thought of the people. And for that particular reason, I think it's wonderful that they named this building after him. He's a humanistic person, and that is one thing that we're going to miss. I hope that some of the people who have been voted in will learn from this man, because he is great. But I still think it ought to be Jan Stanley.
Thank you for coming out. I think Gene was, Gene the chairman when you started? He was the chairman? Any other comments before we let the big guy up here to say a few words for us and do our final presentation? All right, big guy, this is it.
All right, thank you, thank you. I can't talk to this. Well, it's how you get elected, people. They get a big family. I got one or two out here. Thank you all for standing here. It's the Appalachian boys, some Pembroke boys and girls, and my lovely daughters, my grandsons, and the oldest behind the grandmother. There she is. And she's our only granddaughter of our grandchildren. And we walk on a trip and we'd come in and the boys would get a lady a t-shirt or a pen, and Blair would get a whole outfit of clothes. when your big brother Stan, if you ever been Blowing Rock, you want real good food, he's executive chef at Crippen's. Go over and eat, it's pretty good food. But he said to his grandmother, "Oh, Missy, this is really not fair." And her stalwart and intelligent way said, "Life is not fair." The girl gets it. Now, when we first got elected, we were sitting around the table at home, and we came to the inauguration. My blessed mother was there and held out for the first time. And we were gone home and we're having supper. And one of the boys said, "Missy, now that Papa is a county commissioner, are we all going to be county commissioners?" He says, "No, son, just your Papa and me." But thank you, young people, for all the trying. I truly appreciate that. But folks, I'm gonna quit talking. It's wonderful food here, and I can't even think after what's happened here. Really, it's absolutely positively unreal. There's some great things in my job. I think Mark, some of them gonna give me a chance to say that maybe in a meeting or something one of these days. I just can't talk. Let's enjoy each other and get this food. Go to it. All right.
We've got one more presentation I want you to see. It's right outside this door, so if we could adjourn. Let's see. Let's do a motion to adjourn the county commission meeting first. Is there a motion? Motion by Vice Chair Stanley, second by Commissioner Jones. All in favor, aye. So our meeting is adjourned. Let's go outside and see what we have out here real quick, and let's come in and have some good fellowship and good food.